So so somebody hit me up and was asking me, there's a couple videos that I wanted to make, but like I said, I haven't been in a mood. So this is kind of like a test it out to see if it's not about it's not per se about the money, it's about the support. So I want to see if I get some support from people. So I created the Cash App. I went down the whole route for it, whatever. And I want to see who's going to support me. So it can at least to give me some type of motivation to like make videos again. Because there's a number of things I'm starting to notice. That kind of tells me, sitting me back where I'm like, I really don't, it, I don't think it's too many snakes that it's too many snakes and too many riffraffs in the manosphere. It's too many people switching motherfucking sides in the manosphere, and it's too many people trying to use other people against everybody else. Now, Man of Tomorrow, to me, is the most upstanding guy in the space. He's been telling you for years and years and years, get your shit together, and these people their opinions shouldn't matter. I don't have a problem with Man of Tomorrow. Somebody came to me, was like, I was gonna get help from Man of Tomorrow, but I feel like he's gonna leak my information to these people, these kind of people that he hang out with online. And I try to break it down. Was like, I don't know the guy, but I know that he has a pattern, right? If somebody does some disrespectful shit and they show their true colors, he'll get rid of them in an instant. He's not taking this online stuff personally. He's not taking this online stuff personally. I don't think so. Then I started to see all these different people who was talking shit about Passport Bros, jumping on Man of Tomorrow's panels. He's had a video about a chick who was talking shit about Passport Bros, which I got the video, which I'm probably not gonna make. I don't know. It depends on if I get some support. But let's see. But you had a guy like Citizen Lou about 6 months ago, 7 months ago. He was on Reg the Bad Guys panel taking shots at Man of Tomorrow. I can break down a whole bunch of people that was taking shots at Passport Bro, SYSBM a couple years ago, saying some just defiling shit, including BMT. BMT was over on under Super Sly's he was under Super Sly's fucking comment section talking a whole bunch of shit about Passport Bros and shit like that. One of the reasons why a lot of men don't want to work together is because they don't like working around with fucking snakes and people who talk out the both sides of their mouth. You can't be hanging around with a bunch of street niggas or a bunch of people who talk shit about, like, white people don't hang around with a bunch of so-called chads who call them nerds in public without making these dudes pay for them to sit at the table. Now, this online interactions. So I had to convince somebody, like, yo, Man of Tomorrow's upstanding. I don't know him online, but I know the pattern of thinking. I don't think he would actually release your information and tell somebody else that he helped you get your shit together. And, I'm starting to see a lot of people gathered around Man of Tomorrow. Not Man of Tomorrow himself, and I think he probably noticed this too. I'm not, he's an older guy. He's older than me. He got to sit together, so he been around the block. He must knows this. They're trying to use Man of Tomorrow against everybody else, against other people, including the SBE crowd. Now, somebody told me about the SBE crowd, and I don't really listen to none of their shit. I don't listen to none of their stuff. There's some points where they talk about, Shane Bateman explaining, but they don't talk about the shit that happens to females all the time. Now, nobody is talking about the fact that a lot of females are getting their just dues. A lot of females are dropping like flies. A lot of them are getting getting STDs and shit at a high rate. A lot of them are going to jail at the full extent of the law. Nobody's talking about a lot of shit that's changing for men, and a lot of cases been won about men winning against women, or some of the laws is being fair. They're not talking about that, right? The SBE, you got some of the people in the chats who are game niggas. You got isms in the chat. You got GA Boy, a married dude. I think Gabe was in there. You have the same group of guys who were over in Bernard Riley's stream, now under Ty City stream, pretending they're anti-SBE. And so I'm starting to see that people who was over somewhere else 5 years ago or 3 years ago are now under the anti-side. Then you have the fake passport bros, and oh man, there's a lot of passport bros that you shouldn't trust, but I won't make a list because, like I said, depending on the kind of support that I'm gonna get, it depends on if I want to do that deep down research to be worth my time. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of things to think about for the next 20, 30 years. I'm trying to grab a trade and want to know what I'm gonna start with, so I can get this trade under my belt, make some money with this trade, and then learn another trade, and then get like 3 of them, so I can supplement my actual plan for myself. It's a big plan that I got for myself. It has nothing to do with a girlfriend. It has nothing to do with traveling, sex, anything. It's my ultimate goal, and I need money for that. And I know how much money that I need. That's why I'm trying to get a new trade under my belt. I really don't need none of this drama shit at all. I'm seeing a lot of people that me and other people are starting to see a lot of people using the opposite side against the side that they used to be on. So I don't mind if you come to your conclusion, but if 6 months ago you was talking all that shit, or you was talking all this shit about passport bros and all this other stuff when it's something else, and then you act like you're on one side, and everybody looking at you and be like, okay, yeah, I'm out of here, I'm down, I'm out. I mean, there's a lot of shit that went up there from. And also, like I said, depending on my support, I want to break down how much you're going to have to make to try to get with the so-called average woman in this country. That the average woman is asking for in this country, since some of them ain't even worth it. But that's going to be a lot of different stuff. I still got the Just Pearl things, aftermath, the Just Pearl things. I still got the aftermath of Austin Holloman and new shit coming out with this dude making videos. But I'm trying to see what kind of support that I'm gonna get, because it has to make it worthwhile again for me to come back. That spark has to come up. Like I said, I'm starting to see a lot of people shift and be on certain sides, saying certain shit, and I'd rather have a much funner time in the wrestling community, anime community, gaming community, even though they got this shit going on. But at least they're kind of pure with it. You can actually expose a lot of people, which a lot of people have been exposed in those communities. People take screenshots and stuff, and people get called out all the time. But this Black Manosphere stuff, it's getting tired and redundant at some point. And I don't know if if the scenario is really gonna, it's gonna pop out eventually. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it seems like we're at this point where they can't get away with some of this shit anymore. You got dating coaches pretending like they down for passport bros now. It's getting kind of sickening to have people come and say, hey man, this guy's part of Passport Bro. Oh yeah, she's speaking for men. And I'm like, y'all keep falling for this shit, man. And it's like, man. I'm like, okay, let me take a break. Let's see if it get good. And somebody's like, man, you need to make you put on some real content, and you predicted a lot of shit that happened. And you called out a lot of people before other people called them out. You got the Nicole Michelle shit, and you talked about my Nicole Michelle exposed when she was fake. All the women that I told you in the space was gonna be fake and phony, and I called them out. Some of the dudes that I called them out. Some of the reasons why a lot of people are not certain chats anymore. And I'm probably going to break that down, why you don't see a lot of people in certain areas no more, because they see how fake certain people come around. They're like, nah, I don't want to be a part of this shit no more. I got my own shit in real life. The side switching is it. I want people to stay on the side that they talked about. If you going to talk shit about Passport Bros, stay on the side of the anti-Passport Bros. You're not a part of the productive conversation. Because if you wanted to be the part of the productive conversation, you would have been on a productive conversation. You can't be Passport Bros are fat, they ugly, they this and they that. You get mad because they call you fat, ugly, but then you turn around and talk about how you ain't like the other women out here, and you know a lot of good women out there. You're a bad spokesman if you're on one side talking shit about Passport Bros, and then you're jumping on a channel that's for productivity. Then you have, the whole shit with Tito. I called Tito out months ago about the prison shit that he was talking about. Then you had the O'Shea. Then you had Austin Holloman shit that happened just probably, 8 months ago when he got ran out of fucking Brazil. But hey, y'all want to act like this dude, Mr. Africa. All the while, West Africa is having some type of war going on, but they want to tell you to go to Africa. Yeah, sure. Go take your ass to Africa all you want and get caught up. A lot of shit is happening, man. And at some point, I'm getting really sick. I'm getting kind of tired of it. Because in real life, I didn't even tolerate this from my longtime friend. When my longtime friend... You saw the screenshots. When he called me names in that screen, that was 12 years worth of friendship that I basically did that. Once he sounded just like the opposite side, it was already done. When his mom passed away, I only talked to him because he was grieving. And I only said these things and act like I was his friend because his mom passed away. But after that shit, me and him don't talk. You said what you said. You're on that side. I don't like when people try to jump on one side, jump to the next. Once you show your true colors and what you say what you mean, say what you mean. That's why you never see me change it. I respect SYSBM guys. Real rap. Mad Bus Driver, respect him like anything. You don't see a lot of snake ass people coming over on SYSBM side. They did that already. They know what they talking about. Everybody who get mad at the SYSBM philosophy and mentality, they can't stand it. So they can't sneak in and be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna use Mad Bus Drivers." No, people did try to use SYSBM and they flirted the fuck out. From the Trickin' Podcast or the what was that dude name again? What was that guy name again? Blackmail Media First, when he was speaking for SYSBM, and then it turned out that he was trying to go after Man of Tomorrow, and then he said Man of Tomorrow was going to turn SYSBM to a political movement. That didn't happen. Remember when that other dude, I forgot what that dude named, that guy who was telling black men to act like pookies to get with white chicks? And the guys that really let you down, let certain guys down, who was speaking for Passport, then they turned around and did something else. It's getting kind of like, it's getting kind of over that top where it shows me in real life, I wouldn't tolerate none of this, man. It shows me that what MOC says is true. You do need money, but you also need money to protect yourself. I This is real tips in real life. You need a PI and you need some hackers. Get some PI and get some hackers. Once you have a PI and a hackers, protect your fucking social circle. Don't let anybody around who are associated with people who are against you or talking against whatever you have, or could fuck up your way, could fuck up your life. Because in my opinion, a lot of shit is going on, and I'm like, let me step to the side and look from the clouds. Because it seems like a lot of Reg the Bad Guy guys are now trying to act like they're productive men. A lot of guys from BGS side try to act like they're productive men. Look, man, if I had the same type of credentials some of these dudes say they have, I wouldn't be on BGS. I wouldn't be going back and forth with a BGS. I wouldn't be in this chat. Remember when I said that I was done with Game Changer? What did I do? I was done with Game Changer. When I was done with DJ Kuda, was done with him. When I said I was done with a whole bunch of other people, what the fuck did I say I was do? I was done with them. That's the best thing about the internet life compared to the real life. Real life is harder. It's harder to get rid of certain people that you had in your life for a long time because they might try to tell your secrets out to everybody. And you have to maneuver yourself and make yourself you gotta back away where they know that you have information on them, but they have information on you, so it's a double-edged sword. But which information, you have to make sure that the information they know is obsolete. So you just have to back away and let them think that they dumped you and you didn't dump them. So then all the information, old information they have, it'd be obsolete by the time they try some bullshit. That's why I say people always talking about real life. No. It's somewhat dangerous sometimes to cut ties with motherfuckers in real life because they like to use violence or they try to blackmail you or try to do some other shit. Online, you can literally just cut somebody off and be like, I ain't fucking with them no more. As I said before, I'm starting to notice a lot of shit. And I really don't like it. And like I said, if I get some support on my Cash App, you see my Cash App. See my Cash App right here. If y'all got Cash App, you type this in. Hit that Cash App. If I can see I got a little bit of money, enough support from a couple people, then I'll come back, make some of my videos, and be more consistent with my videos. If I don't get no support, hey, it's no skin off me, man. It's like, cause I got a lot of good videos cooking in my head, but the motivation ain't there because it's like, it's a muddy road in this situation. But yeah, man, I'ma just see if I get the support, and then I'm gonna start dropping those videos. Then continue to try to get some support. But other than that, man, like I said before, it's a lot of shit going down that happened months ago. That I just start to see more and more. And I'm like, damn. A lot of rat bastards are doing the same shit they did with everybody else movement. I mean, a couple years ago, back in 2015-16, you had Rudemp on the same side as Obsidian, and then they found out he was a pookie, and he was a pedophile. He was an 11-year-old kid who did something to an 11-year-old. I mean, he was an 11-year-old who did something to a 6-year-old. Then you had C Boogie, who used to be on the Obsidian side, and then he changed into, this whole, a Dom Game division bullshit. Then you had a lot of fake passport bros back in 2020 or 2019. And then once they got stuck here, they became American women and having kids with American women, even though they was going through divorces and child support issues. But hey, I'm not gonna call them out. Um, there's a lot of shit that went on that I don't like. But hey, like I said, I'll talk about it if I get enough support. To give me some type of motivation to know that I got a couple people that support me. I'm starting to see a lot of shit go on, and I really am like kind of like walking away because it's easy for me to be like, yeah, man, it's not a fun thing, man. But hey, um, yeah, that's about it, man. That's an update